Alright, Shalom. I want to give all praises to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone. And Shalom to the elect of Israel. Now I want to bring out an article as we get one step closer to World War III. It's like this thing is heating up every day. So I want to bring out this article because you had Trump tweeting comments about nuclear weapons. Now, why is it before he even gets in office, Trump is already tweeting about nukes? It's just these key words, these signs, the first things coming out of his mouth is about nukes. Because the impending nuclear destruction is real, getting real close. Now, Russia and Trump are talking about nukes. Like, what's the coincidence in that when that's what we've been pushing all this time? But I'm going to share this article. This is from the New York Times. Vladimir Putin, unsurprised by Trump's remarks, says Russia wants no nuclear arms race. Moscow President Vladimir Putin of Russia said on Friday that a statement by Donald Trump, the American president-elect, that the United States should expand its nuclear capabilities was not a surprise because he had said the same thing during his election campaign. Asked about the American election, Mr. Putin, who has made no secret of his distaste for Hillary Clinton, said her defeat was a humiliation for the Democratic Party. The Russian president, speaking at his annual marathon news conference, also said that Russia would continue to modernize its armed forces, including nuclear weapons, but he added that the level of spending would diminish somewhat in the coming years. He said Russia was not seeking a new arms race or to develop new nuclear warheads, but was instead seeking ways to improve his armaments so that they could pierce missile defenses. The deployment of NATO missile defense systems in countries near Russia has been a sore spot between Moscow and the West. So Russia has been finding ways to pierce those defense systems. Mr. Putin said again, as he had on Thursday, that the Russian armed forces were now strong enough to repulse any attacker. He suggested that officials from Obama administration had overreacted by pointing out that the Russian military was far weaker than that of the United States. Of course, the U.S. has more missiles, submarines, and aircraft carriers, but what we say is that we are stronger than any aggressor, and this is the case, Mr. Putin said toward the beginning of the news conference, which typically lasts 4 hours or more. As for Donald Trump, there is nothing new about it. During his election campaign, he said the U.S. needs to bolster its nuclear capabilities and its armed forces in general, he added. Mr. Putin said that any new Russian nuclear weapons would stay within the limits of existing treaties, although Moscow and Washington have taken to rattling sabers more than in the past. Experts said that the architecture of previous nuclear arms treaties has so far held. In 2007, Russia spent 2.7% of its gross domestic product on defense, Mr. Putin said, but the figure grew to 4.7% in 2016. They spending more, they getting ready. Russia spent about $52 billion on its military in 2015. He said that the proportion would gradually decline to 2.8% again by 2019. This will not have an impact on our plan to increase our defense capabilities, he said. The budget cuts are being forced by an extended recession, though Putin tried to put a positive spin on that as well. He said the overall economy had retracted 3.7% in 2015 and probably a further 0.5 to 0.6% in 2016. But that some sectors were expanding, like agriculture, which grew 4%. He said this had happened despite Western sanctions imposed on Russia over the Ukraine crisis. In retaliation, Russia has banned imports of any Western dairy and other agricultural products. Some analysts have suggested that the growth in agriculture was not exceptional. So you have Russia saying that they thought their military was so much superior to ours. We have grown stronger than the U.S. military. And you got Trump saying they need to bolster their nuclear arms because they know what's coming. They think they need to, now they're trying to think about, we need to get our nuclear arms game up because this war is about to go down. But no matter how y'all try to prepare, this place is still going down. This nuclear destruction that's coming will be the end. And I want to bring out one scripture because you had this guy, Obama, this clown, bragging about how America's military was so far superior than Russia's. He was bragging about how Russia couldn't stand up to the U.S. military. But that's not the case no more. And this is Joel 3:10. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. So that's what Russia did. They beat all this stuff into the modern day sword and spears, these nuclear weapons. They spent the past years building up their weapons to go against these nuclear defense systems and to be able to penetrate them. They spent their money and their time improving their military, getting ready for World War III. The U.S. has been spending its time oppressing Israel and oppressing the people over here in America, not getting ready for this upcoming war. But yeah, I just wanted to share that article and bring out this one scripture. And with that, I'm going to say shalom and keep watching.